All
Okay,
right, you go, you
call
go.
it. You call it. Okay, okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yo, yo, yo. We are here again.
Oh,
We are back again. Episode 3. We are back again, yo.
yo, find a way, bro.
Hey,
Find a way.
what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Afro Journal podcast.
Hey.
Cue the fireworks, there, Peter. Cue.
Hey.
Hey, yo. Wow, welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Chisom Okafo.
And
Back
it's
again.
your ginger, the swagger, the ginger.
Virginia the Saga, Nigerian butterscotch. Let's
Exactly,
go.
bro. Peter Ikechukwu and Chibuzo Aliogo Jr.
Bad guy.
Exactly.
Bad guy. We're here again. Wow. Today is a special day. It's a special day. Shout out to Peter's mom, man. Peter.
Happy birthday, mommy. I love you. Hearts. I send you. May God
Hearts.
bless you. I want to do a prayer right now, but since this is a
Go to a
podcast,
Yeah, real quick. So, you still call your mom mommy?
yes,
at
I
this
still call
age?
my mom mommy. Yes.
At this age, I still call
I
your
will
mom
forever
mommy.
call her mommy.
Ah,
My
my
mommy
guy.
forever.
Same, man. Same. Because back home, it's actually very normal to call your mom mommy,
Highly
right? It's when
normal.
you come to America that because I call my mom and my dad mommy and daddy. But then my
Yeah.
friends are like, wait, you call your parents mommy and daddy? Especially my
Yeah.
dad, because I feel like for my mom it's cute.
Mhm.
But for my dad, people are like, wait, you still call your dad daddy? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. It's just normal to us.
Yeah, it's
I
normal
don't know
to us,
why.
bro. It is what it
No,
is,
but shout
but
out to your mom, man.
yeah,
Shout out
happy
to your
birthday,
mom.
mommy. You're looking
Yes, sir.
beautiful as always. You're looking graceful forever. And stay
Really
forever
does, man.
strong and long life
Really
and
does.
prosperity, man. May God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Shout out to her. So, yo, I gave you guys a proverb last week. And the proverb was no matter how long a lizard stays in the water, it can never become an alligator. I'll probably paraphrase that. But, but the idea of that proverb is this, right? Like, because last week we talked about culture and how we came to America.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, you guys are hearing us right now. We've been here almost 5 years. Our accent is still thick as anything.
Exactly.
Still, the Nigeria boys that were the same guys that came in 5 years ago. It's pretty much
Exactly.
saying that, like, no matter how long you might try to imitate or be someone else, your
Mhm.
true nature never goes away.
Right,
That's just
right,
pretty much
right,
it.
right.
Yeah. African wisdom right here. African wisdom right here. But yeah, let's jump into this week's episode, man. So, what are we talking about this week, guy?
Well, this week we're going to be talking about something very, really important to us, which we had our expectations when we were coming into the US and
Yeah.
the reality that
Reality
we
of
had
it.
and we experienced, you know? So we're just going to be talking about
Yeah.
various experiences and the expectation we had, basically, that
Yeah.
either let
versus
us
the reality.
down or, it was higher than what we thought. So we're just going
Higher
to
than
break
what
that
we
down,
expected.
bro.
Facts. But before we get into that, we should actually tell them how we actually met. Because I know in previous episodes we talked about meeting in school, but we should break that down a little more. Like tell them exactly how it went down,
All
and then
right.
how our relationship kind of built up from there.
It was fate.
So do you remember when we met? It was fate, man.
It was fate, man. Because me and Chiso were, I'm sure you felt the same. You were definitely worried about being the only Nigerian guy in the school yourself. And I was worried about that. So
the funny thing actually is that, like, my roommate is Nigerian, but he's Nigerian American. And he reached out to me before we came to the US. So I knew there was going to be another Nigerian, but I didn't know there was going to be another Nigerian.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I knew he was American too, but I was like, at least I have that. But I was like, yo, I did my African people, man.
And I know my brother of the boat brothers.
Yeah. And I know my brother was there, so I was going to be okay-ish, but I was like, obviously I need guys in my ear.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely the same with you. So I was definitely worried about that when I was coming from my high school in Florida. So, since we're both international students, we went to international orientation. And that's why I saw this great map out. I was in my high top hat, trying to look all fresh.
This guy has this
No
nice
beard.
high top fade, man.
No beard.
You're looking clean and slick. Yeah, man, I had this fade, but the fade was weak, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, man, what the hell? I was jealous of my guys' hair, man. I won't lie to you. Like, when I saw you and I saw your hair, I was just like, that's the hair. How I hold my hair to. I was jealous of your hair, man. I just saw
That's
this guy
jokes.
during orientation, man, because it was during one like should I say like a general gathering
Yeah, general
of
gathering.
international kids because internationals come to school first before the main guys.
Yeah,
So I saw him. I was just like, because I didn't know you were Nigerian. Though, I won't lie. Like you just looked American to me.
that's crazy.
Like I thought you were an American kid. I didn't think you were Nigerian.
I was
I
trying
think
to camouflage.
but
You
remember what
know,
they said: no matter how long a lizard stays in the water, it can never become an alligator.
facts, bro, facts. And that is something I will learn definitely. Throughout my
Yeah.
college years.
Try facts. So like I think you walked up to me because my parents. It was like a general gathering of international kids, but I had my parents right there.
Yeah,
Like my parents were there with me. They wanted to see the whole
yeah.
thing. We probably mentioned this in the previous episode. They wanted to see the school, everything. Like see
Hmm.
what's up. They already knew my brother was there, so but they were just very involved. Right, so I
Yeah,
had my parents there. Peter just walked up to me and was like, "How you doing?"
yeah.
And then by the time I heard his accent, I was just like,
Thank
"Yes."
God. Yo, I honestly, I when I saw another black kid, I was like, okay, this guy is definitely West Africa. Is that
Yeah.
Ghanaian,
Yeah.
Cameroonian, or Nigerian? But when I saw your parents, I was like, this guy is definitely Nigerian, bro. This guy is definitely Nigerian. I just saw your mom. I know your
Yeah.
mom just looked. I was like, that's a Nigerian woman right there. That's a Nigerian woman, correct, bro. So I was just so happy. I was like, okay, let me introduce myself so I can,
Yeah.
know someone and get close
Yeah.
to someone of the same
Yeah.
culture as me. So that was really fun.
Uh,
That was really fun.
like that was fun, man. And then that's pretty much how we kicked it off, man. From there, most of
It's
our
so
relationship
funny, bro. It's so funny.
was
4 years
that's
ago,
how
I
we
met your
started,
parents. That's crazy.
right? And that's just how we started. And then from there, we grew. Obviously, we realized we like the same things. We were both really into football. We were both really into FIFA.
Mhm,
So obviously, once guys love the same sports,
mhm.
that's pretty much going to be the foundation of your relationship, right?
Facts, facts,
Because
facts, facts.
you're going to be cool,
Mhm.
right? At the very least, you're going to be cool. So like, we spent a lot of time
And this guy was
battling.
not an Arsenal fan, so you're just more
Uh,
ammunition for me to just make fun of this guy. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be some fun times, man.
Yeah, why you exposing me now? Why you exposing me? Right now, that's not fun. Even though kind of we're coming out of our show now, but we've been hiding our face for years now.
Yeah, just keep quiet, man. Stay in the cave, man. Stay in
We're
the
coming in,
closet.
man. Aubameyang. Whew. Anyway, with that, with that, we're going off topic. All right. So from there, most of our relationship football, FIFA, and then we're actually like getting closer and closer. But then we can break that down in like future episodes as well, like that now, because we have so many stories from like our experiences in school.
Definitely,
But yeah, let's
definitely.
get into the main meat of today's episode, man. And the way we want to start this off, we want to start with like talking about our friends, like friends group, and
Mhm.
like the people we met when we came to America and the kind of like the demographic of people
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
experienced. Like race became a big deal. That's something we should have mentioned last week.
Yeah, definitely. Race definitely became a big deal when you're coming to the US
Yeah,
because it's not a homogeneous culture like Nigeria is. It's
facts.
very, very multicultural, different ethnicities. So it was something that we had to get used to, and
Exactly.
seeing a flood of white people in your class and you being the only black person, that was definitely something you had
Yeah,
to get used to,
yeah. You said that, and you have to understand the significance of your color to how
Yeah.
people viewed you, right?
Mhm.
So it's like when I came here, I mean, I guess I can start talking about my friend group. Like one thing I was very intentional about was finding a space where I was comfortable.
Yeah.
So like I knew like because for me, I didn't think like I didn't know much about like other cultures like that. Like the only culture I knew was Nigerian culture, Igbo, Yoruba. I was things like that, just how
Yeah.
Nigerians were. I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
I didn't I hadn't had like Chinese friends, Indian friends. I hadn't had like friends that are Latino. I hadn't had white friends. I hadn't had all
South Korean, you know
South
yourself.
Korea, all these things. Like I didn't have experiences with other cultures, right? And I knew I could drive with other Africans because I know for the most part it's like we're not the
We,
same culture, but
we have the same
we have
struggles.
similarities. Yeah, exactly.
We have the same
Exactly.
struggles.
We have a lot of similarities. So I was very intentional about finding like an African, at least. Oh, I would like it to be Nigerian, but at least an African community where I could jive. Like jive. So a
That
lot.
is really funny that you said because of my comfortable like zone area was being around international kids because I felt that
Yeah,
that was the commonality between all of us. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So that was
yeah,
my comfortable space because of I back in my high school years I was literally the only African. kid,
Yeah.
except for
So
one
you
that transferred later. But majority of my time, I was literally the only African kid. So it was
yep.
very so my I had to be comfortable in basically being that only person. So
Yeah.
for me to find commonalities with people around me was basically my international, you know,
So your
mates.
scope of personality broadened to accommodate more. So you're like, okay,
Yeah.
once you're international, well, good.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
find
yeah.
I'll find similarities with you. That was good,
Yeah.
man. And honestly, like when I came in for international orientation, that kind of broadened a little bit because I met different kinds of people and I
Yeah.
became different kinds of people too. You know, it's like, and it was dope. It's funny how you can find a lot of similarities in cultures you never knew were very similar to yours. It's weird.
Exactly.
But like, I was definitely looking for my African community, and the lucky thing is that I had a brother in the school already,
Yeah.
like I mentioned before. So I just pretty much met a lot of his friends. It was very easy. Like he had like a lot of his friends were African Americans and African as well. But
Hmm.
like the African American friends that he had were people that were like that had close roots to their African ties. So it's
Yeah.
like all the first generation African Americans.
Yeah. Second
And
generation
then he also
African
had
Americans.
yeah, yeah, on second generation, exactly. So he also had other like friends that were international, like from Rwanda, Ethiopia, you know, like all these East African countries that obviously not West African or Nigerian, but
We
he
forgot
could drive.
Tanzania, bro.
I mean, that was, Tanzania was our year. He didn't
Yeah,
have
but
Tanzania.
I want to put it there so the
Oh, you
person
know what's right there,
the
yeah.
person
Okay.
to feel alone.
You're true that every East African country will include all of you, don't worry.
Yeah.
And so he had those guys. So it was so like I was lucky enough to like meet those guys. He also had like Nayuka was one of the friends. She's from Jamaica. You know, like he had like a decent amount of Caribbean friends as well, which was like dope for me. So I found these people that were like kind of very similar to me. So I really jived with them so well. And the
Yeah.
interesting thing is that like just because of how low the population of black people were in WPI,
Hmm.
half of his friends group was half of the Black Students Union in WPI.
Which is hilarious, man.
so, so I pretty much it was very easy for me to join BSU and feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had like Cameroonian friends, Ghanaian friends, East African friends, all these people.
Yeah.
And that was dope for me, honestly.
Mhm.
And in our year, I think we were the only West Africans. Abi. I think we
Mm,
were.
yeah, sure. Why not? Let's take it like if I forget to
Yeah, yeah.
if I forget
Honestly,
about you, I'm sorry. Sorry.
yeah, I think we were the only West Africans in our year. So honestly, that thing made me very comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Which was dope for me. Those were like my first group of friends.
Yeah, well,
You know.
my mentality about friendship obviously was highly different from yours. But I came with
Yeah.
the stereotype of blacks or being a black person in the US, and I wanted
Yeah.
to diverge myself away from that because of there's this stereotype of being black in the US that is
Yeah.
like we discussed about previously, of the stereotype of what African Americans are viewed on. And I wanted to be completely opposite of that because that is not me, but I didn't want to be also associated in that kind of way. So I
Yeah.
had obviously these pre notions of what African Americans are like, and it was obviously that affected my friendships my freshman
With
year.
yeah,
You know,
with
with
them.
you, I was completely comfortable with you. We have the same skin color, but we are from the same culture. That was a huge thing that brought both
Yeah.
of us together. And I met your brother, and we're both cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I even had some East African friends like Basel that played soccer with us. He's Ethiopian,
Yeah.
great guy. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to be part of BSU because of
Yeah.
I had the view that was majority African Americans, that they have a different political point of views to, what majority of Africans have, which is conservative to some extent, and
Some extent depending.
some extent, depending on what you
Yeah.
you want to discuss, but just a different lifestyle too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, that is not something I would want to put myself in that kind of situation for.
Mm,
And I know
yeah.
that it will not be beneficial for me. I thought it wouldn't be beneficial for me.
Yeah.
So I
So
had various friends, like I had Asians, I had white, I had Latino, I had array of colors. But
so you pretty much disown your own people. You became a prodigal son.
no, I had African friends, bro. It was just the BSU institutions or Nesby that was like, yo man, what is this black? Why do you have this black statement right here? Like,
yeah, like
chill,
black
bro.
organization.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause in
yeah,
Nigeria, there's no black organization, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There's
I'm all
nothing, but
black.
obviously because of we are fucking black, that's why. So it was just it wasn't a new thing. I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah,
And the thing that helped me also improve my mindset was that my older sister was joined the her BSU in her university in Duke, and that
yeah,
also opened my mindset during that later years. And I found out that African Americans they are just like any other subgroup. They don't have the same mentality.
yeah.
They all have different points of view. They're different people. They're individuals by themselves. So it was just
Definitely.
this whole world that just broke down. After I experienced that with African
And
Americans,
that came in like sophomore year, right?
that
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 came in
that,
sophomore
that
year.
came in
Like
sophomore year.
the whole of
But
freshman year, you were pretty much just outside of that, just
yeah,
like
yeah,
me.
yeah. I was pretty much outside. I was in a bubble basically. I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
you're in a bubble.
I was
Nice.
in a bubble. So
Shout out to them. Yeah.
that really opened my eyes and just expanded my point of views and shaped who I am today and what I view about various topics in the US, especially racially. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because like for me, it's like I had the exact same thing, like the exact same like notions that you had of African American people, but because I've met these people that are like very African, even though yes they're African American, but they're also extremely African
hmm
because they're like first generation, second generation. It's like okay, I felt very comfortable already going into it. Rather
yeah,
like once I got in, I understood immediately that I was like yo, we're actually like we're literally off in our view of who these people actually are.
of
I guess
like
like I met other people.
yeah, like when you talk about African Americans, especially a lot of Nigerians in Nigeria, there's a
Yeah,
very like stereotypical point of view, but they are so off. They are so
yeah.
off because of you cannot.
It's not the full picture,
It's not the
man,
full
at
picture. You
all.
cannot paint them with one brush and say this is who they are
Yeah,
as a people. So
yeah. That's just the way it was, man. And one thing that was also very important to me was I found or that really helped me freshman year was that I found a church. Like obviously I had a brother, he found
yeah,
a church, found a
yeah.
Nigerian church. So I was able to make friends that were actually
He
Nigerians.
was able to eat jollof
Yeah,
rice every weekend.
I
Basically,
was
that's
able
what you're
to
saying.
chop jollof and all these things, man. I was able to find Nigerian food. That thing was a lifesaver. No, that honestly, shout out to that church, man. Power Miracle Center, Worcester. Yo, those guys held me down freshman year, man. Like
They held you
literally,
down your whole career at WPI.
not just did I say freshman, my whole WPI career, man. Like everything, that church, man. The real MVPs. Like when you look for like a church that helps people, that's honestly what like those people are amazing, man. Like they help you settle in school, like give you like advice, like provide food for you, even if you're
It's
not
a
asking.
community,
Right?
bro. It's a community.
It's a very good community. You know,
Yeah.
like they helped me. Like when I had to get my driver's license, it was literally the pastor that took me for my driver's test. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? It was like just like coming to you, giving you food. If they go for a party and
They'll
there's extra
invite
fried rice,
you.
they'll just invite you
You went
or
on
bring
trips with
you to
them,
the
huh?
place. Went on trips, man. I built very close relationships with these people, man, like
Yeah.
lifelong friends. So like there are a lot of people I met there that were just like, whoa. I mean, obviously we'll talk about this in like what's it called in future episodes. But you form like really good relationships
Yeah.
from that kind of group, you
Yeah.
know. And yeah, that was like also another friend group I had outside of school, but like really helped ground me.
Yeah.
And it was real, man. Outside international friends, let not be like I didn't have friends that were not Nigeria, though, not African or anything.
Yeah.
I had international friends, you know, like
We
I
we
met
we,
a lot of
we yeah.
Latinos, like
Yeah, we have
Indians,
friends of different
yeah,
colors. You know,
different colors and
I,
everything. But like the
we
people I spent
went
most
to
of
a
my time,
predominantly white school, so there's no
yeah,
doubt. I
exactly,
have a best friend. I have a friend who is a best friend who is white.
yeah,
Multiple of them.
yeah,
One of them is actually from South Africa, which is funny enough. So
yeah.
he's first generation American, but he's South African. His
From
friends
South
are from South
Africa.
Africa.
That's
So
sweet.
it's really
Shout out
interesting.
to Jean, man. Shout out to Jean. That guy's a dope ass guy.
Yeah.
Love that guy, man. But yeah, let's move on to like a few stereotypes because we're still on the topic of like race, right?
Mhm,
Color.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So when you came here, color like you learned about the effect of your color and how you're viewed on society. So did that change the way you acted in school?
Oh, definitely,
Wait, yeah,
definitely. Like,
you want to talk about that?
yeah. I mean, all I feel all African parents have this talk with them in terms of being black in the United States. You would never know until you experience it yourself. But a majority of African kids have this talk when they go to the US of, oh, you're black, or like you have to be careful, or you have to watch out, or they can just
It's kind of like yeah. Obviously, you're African. Don't mingle with blacks so that they don't corrupt you. Stay away from white people so that they don't corrupt you.
yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of like stay your lane. You
Stay
get
your
what I'm
lane,
saying?
basically. Yes.
That's the talk you get because obviously they feel like America is going to it's just the land of sin. So
Yeah.
everywhere you go, they're going to corrupt your whole
Yeah.
brain, right?
Yeah.
But man, but yeah, sorry man, I interrupted you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So that race factor, especially with the police, that was a huge
Ooh,
thing. With
that's
the
something we
police,
learned when we came here because it wasn't
that's
something we
something.
expected.
Yes, I mean, my parents talked to me about it, but I didn't know it
Oh
was
wow,
this
that
bad,
deep.
this
Yeah,
bad, bro. Because of every other like month or every month, you just be hear, oh, so and so got shot by police. You watch the
yeah,
video, and you're like,
yeah.
yo, this
What
is
the hell, man?
like what's going on here? So that's one thing that made me highly insecure, and that caused me to really change my movement or the way I was viewed. Because I always try
Yeah,
to compensate.
yeah.
I'm trying to make
Try to compensate for it.
every situation like, okay,
Everything.
I'm not I'm not a what do you call it? I'm not a dangerous individual. You can all
Yeah,
calm down. And when I was walking on the street, Chisom, I always wore my backpack around school because I was
you always
always
wear your backpack.
even even when I was going to your place. Why the
Yeah,
hell will I bring my backpack to your place? I'm not even going to class. But I carried my backpack at night because I didn't want to be viewed as a threat
some
to
random
some random
random black
person.
guy in the school premises.
Yes, and I'll get police called on me. I didn't want to have that kind of experience because of
Yeah,
that is a really the truth is that is a really very scary experience.
very
Experience
scary,
when
man.
a police
Very scary.
comes up to you and starts asking you questions, your heart as a black person just start.
Like, yo, I don't know if this guy is mad or if he's
Yes,
just a nice guy.
yes, you
I don't
don't
know if this
know.
guy, you don't know if he's moving mad upstairs. So,
Yeah, I don't. And the truth is that in my life, I don't want to be taken out like that. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I do
facts,
not
man,
want to be taken
facts,
out like that.
facts.
So I did all these little things, which is so wrong for us, to have to do
You
just
have
to
to
feel
do that.
safe.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was really bad.
yeah. I know. Like for me, like I didn't really experience like the racism directly for the most
Yeah,
part. Right? But I know my brother told me like stories of like how he was walking in the school premises. He was going to one of the school buildings,
yeah,
right? And a police guy just stopped and was like, "Oh, are you a student here?" He was like, "Yeah." Can I see your ID? He showed him his ID. He saw his student ID. The at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, the student here, let him go, right? The police guy literally followed him
yeah,
all the way to where he was going and started asking other kids. They're like, oh, does anyone know this guy? Does anyone know this guy? It had to be a random white guy. Just like, oh yeah, I know him. Just to let the police guy free him. It
yeah,
was mad, man. I was just like, what the hell? Like, why are you so scared of us? Why are you so scared? Even one time he was running with a hoodie. This time he was wearing a hoodie and he
yeah,
was running.
yeah,
Right, he was running on the road. This police guy just stopped and was like, "Yo, where you going? Where you from?" Blah, blah, blah. He was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm just because we were working in facilities at that point, so
yeah,
he was going to drop off the key.
yeah,
So thank God he had the student ID on him. He showed him the ID, and that one freed him. So yeah, you can go.
yeah.
I was just like, wow, these are things that like even yo. Did I tell you the story of when I won't mention his name, but one of our friends was coming out from a party at night with another of his friends. So it was two guys and
Both
one girl.
students.
Two students, yeah, all of them were students, right? Two
Hmm.
students and one girl, right? So they were walking the girl to her dorm, and then they were going, and a police guy just came to them and was just like, oh, started talking to the girl. Who's like, oh, are these guys harassing you? Do you know them? This, that, blah, blah, blah. And the girl was like, oh no, these are my friends. I know them. This and that, blah, blah. The girl was like, are you sure? Are you sure? This is an authority. Like, I can. The girl started crying like, yo, like these are my friends. Like, let them go, blah, blah, blah. And the police was like, okay, okay, okay. I'm just making sure they're not harassing you, man. These are like black men. Oh, you're walking your friends to a dorm
Yeah,
and was unprovoked. All police officer just thinks that you're a threat for no reason, man.
Yeah, and obviously, look, I've had, I've had other experiences with police.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I've never had a bad experience
very
with the
bad
police.
experience. Yeah,
I've had good experiences with police, but the thing is that there's always that uncertainty because you don't know who is behind the
because you hear
glass
other
or
people's
who is
stories.
that person,
You
and you
hear
hear
other
other
people's
people's
stories.
story, and it just give you that anxiety. So that's a very real thing that
That we
I
have
mean,
to go
I
through, man. We have to
expected
learn.
it, but it was just way higher. The levels were just way higher, bro.
For me, I wasn't expecting it. I won't even lie. I was not expecting it, man. So it's just like, man, I just avoided police at all cost.
Yeah.
I became more comfortable with campus police the more I got known in the school. Because I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, because I feel like the more I got known in the school, then I got more comfortable with campus police. But before then, I was very like, avoid police at all costs. Just don't talk to them, don't call them, stay away.
I never put my hoodie up.
Oh,
Freshman year, I didn't put my hoodie up.
really?
I did not put my hoodie up, bro. Because I think that was the year of Trayvon Martin, Shay. Was it not 2015?
2015, probably. I mean, we can check it
Yeah.
after. Probably that was around the time, Sha. That was the period 2015, 2016. That was
Yeah.
around that period. But yeah, I mean, on a lighter note, we got to talk about other lighter shazzy stereotypes that we face. Like for me, one thing is this, right? Like one thing that I thought was interesting was that like I noticed that a lot of people thought I was everything. So like some people thought I was like I remember meeting some Caribbean friends that I made. They thought I was like, oh, the first time they saw me, they thought I was Caribbean. So, like other people are like, oh, the first time they saw me, they thought I was American. They thought I was African American. Other people are like, oh, they thought I was West African. This and that. I'm just like, everyone is thinking of everything. See, wahala. But one thing that was just resonating with me throughout freshman year, everyone expected me to be able to play basketball. Like everyone
Lol.
automatically assumed I was a good ass basketball player. I don't know why. Guy in Nigeria, I just play football.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
by
even
football, we mean
I can
soccer.
count. I can count how many. Yeah, I mean soccer. Yeah, I can count how many times I've played basketball. Probably at that point, I probably bounced a basketball maybe 10 times in my life.
Yeah.
So like I was trash, man. But everyone just expected me to be good. I don't know if it was my stature, my frame, everything, because I'm pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like I don't know. I guess I look athletic.
Me, I
So
never
it's
had those
like
comments, Sha. Me, I'm what you consider an average height man.
average height, average
So
height.
and I never touched that. I never touched that basketball court. I was like, what am I doing here?
You never
Let me
went.
go be. Let me go be a god
A
at
god
my
and a
soccer.
football field.
I know that I'll be instantly picked, carry my team, do all my team, feel like a boss. Rather come and embarrass myself, playing basketball, bouncing a ball and shooting it. What have I did there?
Yeah, you know, because you're black too, so yeah, it's almost like even though you don't want to stereotype, you don't be a stereotype on yourself, but you be like, let me be good at this because everyone wants me to be good, so let me be good. Now
Yeah,
because of that, I took basketball very seriously. So I was
nah,
like, yo, like everyone literally expects me to be good, so I had to learn to be at least be decent. I'm not great,
yeah,
I became decent at basketball.
yeah. You're still trash though.
Like, why you always hating? Why you
um,
always hating? Tell them the truth, man. I'm actually
yeah,
pretty
yeah, you're
honestly.
trash, man. That's not lie here. You're trash.
Bass. Yeah, ask anyone, man. I'm pretty good at basketball now,
Yeah,
so
they drop it.
it's fine. I'll talk for you any day. Don't be spoiling my market. But yeah, because of that though, like it's like I walked into the court like knowing that I would get picked just because of the way I looked.
Yeah,
And it was weird, man. I was just like, wow. But that was a lighter note, chat. That
they
was something that
stereotype your ass.
stereotyped me, man. Stereotyped me properly.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So we can talk about the education system. That was definitely
Mm,
huge. You know,
expectations, man.
yeah. I mean, my expectations in college was it was going to be hard in the
Yeah.
beginning because I took AP courses in my high school,
In high school, yeah.
and I thought it was going to be hard. And I was like, bro, like this is going to be some next level crap. But to be honest, it wasn't difficult. It was just that I was a lazy bum. And I wasn't putting any effort because I was like, yeah, in high school, I didn't put any effort. I could get A's, maybe a
Yeah,
B
yeah,
here, and I'll be fine.
yeah.
In college, literally my first 6 grades was A, B B B B B C. By the way, in WPI, the grading system is very different than most
Yeah.
US colleges, where you have your a single letter grade basically for. So for an A is 100% to 90%. A
Yeah.
B is 89 to
It,
80%, right?
yeah.
And a C is 79 to
70.
70%.
Yeah.
And we have what you call an NR. So basically, you failed the class. Obviously, you didn't take the
Yeah.
class at
So
all.
you can't get anything less than a C.
You can't get
If
anything
you
less
get
than
less
a
than a
C.
C, you pretty much fail the class and you have to
Yeah,
retake it.
you have to retake
Yeah.
it.
That was actually
So
new to me. In
me
Nigeria,
too.
an A is
Me too.
70%. An A is 70%. And obviously you can get D's, you can get E's, you can get F. F is where you actually fail, but you can get D and E. Right. But
Those
in
are still
WPI, like
failures, though.
those are still failures, obviously, but you will have to retake the class.
Yeah,
Right. But then, like in Nigeria too, like to get an A is 70%.
yeah.
Like so
So I
that thing
did.
was very new to me. I started college in Nigeria, obviously. So when I came here, I was like, A is 90. That thing blew my mind, and I was like, how am I meant to get 90%?
The guy was shivering. I was,
It
oh
blew
my
my
god.
mind. Yeah. But before I got here though, like I actually expected, like for me, like, you said you thought it was gonna be hard as hell, right?
Yeah, I
For
thought it
me,
was
I
gonna
thought it
be
was gonna
hard.
I think it was gonna be hard because I already thought I was smart. You know what I'm saying? So like, I
My
was like, I didn't think
God,
it was gonna be simple, but I thought it was gonna be
intelligente.
okay. You know, I'll just put in the work and I'll get the A. That's pretty much what I thought.
Mhm.
But that was not my reality, man. But you said you go
I
B,
got
B, B,
one
B,
A
C,
in my first semester. I got one A. I got four B's and one C.
4 B's and 1 C. Yo, that's a 3.0 right there.
Yeah, that's a 3.0.
For me, I don't know what to say my results, man.
Say it with your chest, bro. Say it with your chest.
I'll start with the good. I got 1 A.
All right, continue. Probably that one A was in PE. Oh my god.
Yes. Great problem 7 up. If you're a WPI, you know what I'm talking about. But I got 1 A, 1 B, and 4 C's. Guy,
Jesus.
Jesus, man. My GPA after the first semester was a 2.5.
Mine was a 2.75 because that second semester really messed me up. That's when I was.
That's my first year. But my first semester was a
Mhm.
2.5.
Yeah.
After like freshman year was a 3.0.
No,
Right?
I went backwards.
You went backwards.
I went
Yeah, I
backwards.
started that
Because
like
I was
a
like,
B.
I mean, because to me, in my mentality, I was like, oh, a B is not that bad. Because when you get like an
Yeah.
89 in high school, like, I mean, that's not that bad. That's a B plus. But in WPI, because of the system is so different, a B is literally a 3.0, not a
Yeah.
3.4, not a 3.3. It's literally a 3.0 on the dot. So I was like, okay, I got one C, but I got like four Bs and one A.
Yeah.
So I'm basically good. But I was like, and I wasn't putting that much effort into it. In the second term, when I was like taking physics, chemistry,
Yeah. That's getting real
man,
hard.
I got annihilated. I was like, yo, C, like one A, one B here. I was like, bro, I just dropped to like a 2.75. I was like, holy crap.
Oh,
Like, my mom and dad are going to kill me. Oh. That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, I'm literally dead. I'm literally dead, bro. Oh my God.
yeah.
That was my
Remember when you're taking
mentality.
engineering courses, man? For me, it's like first semester was terrible. My parents were like, "Yeah, do better." My parents, like I said before, they don't go too hard on you.
Yeah.
They give you a chance to make it up, and then if you now keep messing up, then they'll like come hard on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So second semester, I was just like, I had to get my life together. I mean, I got my act together. I just like get A's, B's, A's, B's. So that's when I now bumped up to a 3.0 after that second semester from a 2.5. I was so proud of myself, and I was like, thank God,
Nah, man.
because nah, man, I didn't expect it to be that hard. But then the thing is that in reality, looking back, it really wasn't even that hard.
It was not that hard. We're just lazy and
You
we're not organized. That was just the
had to
truth.
learn how to study. You
Yeah.
just had to learn how to study
Yeah.
differently because the way we studied back home wouldn't work in a college
Yeah.
setting.
Definitely.
First, you have to talk to your professors. You have to study to actually
And you have
understand the
to make
material.
sure you got the homeworks right. That was a key
The
thing.
homework. Yeah,
In
yeah.
Nigeria high school, you can just like, okay, I'll just do this. If I get them
You
wrong,
just copy
it doesn't
that.
count because of the exams are like 70%, like 80%, and like you can weave your way to getting like a good
Yeah, I
grade,
agree.
a high grade. Not that much. It's not that hard, but in WPI, like it will count
The
up.
homework,
It will
projects,
count up.
piece is so fast because we do a quarterly system
Mm-hmm.
instead of the whole semester system. So pretty much in 7 weeks into the semester, you're already taking finals. So if you're out here trying to waste your time, you're going to mess up. Like
Ha,
going to mess up big
ha.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself. But that second semester, I was like, okay,
Nah, bro.
I
I,
think I'm back.
I, I went I
Yeah,
went down I went down the drain, and I was not a double major. So
yo,
I was just like praying. I was like,
it was CS and civil engineering,
yeah,
right?
in the beginning I was CS and civil engineering, and obviously my sophomore year I changed to civil and mechanical engineering, so a
Yeah,
better
no, just
combination. So that freshman year, I was like, when my parents saw my grade, I was like, okay, okay. Like the obvious, my dad was not happy, but my mom was like, oh, it's his first year, he'll get used to it. My mom has always been that person to save me. Like save my
the
ass,
rest
save my
of
laziness.
your
While my dad was like, this boy is not serious. He's being lazy. What's wrong with you? And I was just like, yo, man, I'm actually, and I know that if I messed up next sophomore year, I'm in hot poo hot poo, bro. I'm in hot
shit.
poo. So I was like, yo, I better get my ass together. So and I had summer classes during that time. So I was like, okay, let me take it serious. And that's when I
Yeah,
started like, improving.
inbox was
Yeah, so that was my experience with the educational system. So I mean, I thought it was going to be hard. Then in the beginning it wasn't that hard, then it just became wow.
to show the
Yeah.
pepper.
Yeah.
I thought be okay as well. The thing you showed me pepper from the start, man. From the start, showed me serious
I
pepper.
honestly if it was hard from the start, I think I would have done a lot better. Honestly, I had good grades like starting from sophomore year, but that
Yeah,
freshman year, like in the beginning, I thought, oh, like I'm getting
yeah, yeah.
good grades. I didn't really try, like
That's
so.
actually something that they told Oluchuku when he was going to school. My brother, right? They were
Hmm.
like, start taking hard classes from the start,
Hmm.
because if you start with easy classes, it sets a bad tone for what college actually is, the reality of college. So if you
Yeah,
come in from the start, it's kind of like you think, oh, you just go and work small and get a good grade, but by the time the hard classes hits you, boom, you're just like, whoo, Jesus.
wise words from Chisholm right here,
Wow,
big
bro.
brother.
Take it from the start, just take your hard classes. It's going to be messed up at that point, but you build that work ethic that you need to actually get you through college. That's
Definitely.
the fact. But yeah, man, let's move on, man, to the next thing. The next thing we'll talk about is partying, women, the good life, la vida loca, American life, the American dream. Oh man, yo, what was your experience partying the freshman year?
I was a
Or
good
you
boy.
want to pretend that you were a church boy?
So my freshman year, I had never drank alcohol, and
Yeah,
I had never gone to like a party, like a true American party.
yeah,
And obviously, the stereotype of American parties is wild.
lit, man,
It's crazy.
wild,
I've watched American
crazy.
Pie, so I know what to expect there. I was like, yo, man, I'm a good boy. I'm not about to fuck up my college career going to parties. I don't want to do I
Facts.
don't want to get into drugs. I don't want to be peer pressured or
Yeah,
anything like that. So I'm like, I didn't like alcohol at the time. So I was like, yeah, bro, I don't drink.
you don't drink or you don't do all these
So
things.
my whole freshman year, I was literally no partying, no drinking. I just did something
Did you
over the
talk to
weekend.
women? Did you talk to women? Did you try to check women? Runs them.
Freshman,
Talk them.
obviously,
Nigeria.
straight off from the beginning, I was toasted. Man. I
Ah,
was toasted straight off from the beginning. And the thing is that I found this girl that played soccer.
ooh,
And she was now
I
quite
remember.
cute.
I remember her.
And
Yeah,
she was now quite cute. And my head was
your
like,
head
bro,
blown.
dream girl right here. She plays ball. Oh my god.
God, it's so perfect.
This is some madness right here. And she's cute. Jesus is Lord. I'm about to shoot my shot.
Yo, that's when you start playing like a star on the field. You want to
Yeah,
impress.
yeah,
Yo,
bro. You're impressed. And the funny thing is that she was in club. She was in club soccer, and I was in club soccer. And the women play separately, but they select the teams in the beginning, like on the next day.
yeah,
So when I heard one of my
yeah.
names call, when I heard my name call and she was there, I was like,
Also, that's a freshman year. I was so
I was like,
jealous, man. That thing pissed me off in my head because I didn't get it freshman year.
Yeah, because of in WPI, like over like when 200 people come for the tryouts, and like only like 30 people can be part of the team.
I was one of the top players in that school.
True, you were.
I just couldn't showcase myself because of that injury, man.
Yeah.
I pulled my groin freshman year. I just like literally the coach don't know me. Then when I now come after, they will now put me in the back with the rest of the reserve niggas, you know?
That was so funny, man, because during that tryouts, man, I played ball.
My God, why?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
And that was so fun because I knew you were good, but obviously you got injured. So I was like, sorry, Chiso, man. I was about to see your style. So I was not that black kid that was not fast. And I could actually play. So it was just funny, bro. It was funny. But obviously my head swelled because of, I was like, okay, baby girl, I play ball. You understand? I'm a legend in this game. I'm a legend. But obviously, it didn't work because of, I got swerved. I got friend zoned. So that was it. That was it. So I was like, deuces.
That worked.
Honestly, one thing I learned also about a huge thing was the whole issue about one major thing that we both understood in college was the big deal about consent. That was a huge thing that we learned. Especially with girls. You don't want to do anything that
these people will mess you up.
Yeah, so that was definitely a huge thing that I had to learn because in Nigeria you never get that education.
Yeah,
and which is really bad actually because you should get that education on how to make
talk about it explicitly.
Huh?
Talk about it in school, kind of like talking about the topic of consent in itself.
Mm-hmm.
We actually talk about it just because, but I feel like it's mostly because the culture in itself is saying don't do it. So the topic of consent never even arises. It's more of don't even do it at all.
Yes, but they know that we do it though. You know what I mean?
They do it.
They know that we do it. So why don't you just give them the facilities or the education for them to do it in a right way? You know what I mean?
That's something that we're always going to be a dilemma.
I feel that the right way because of they're doing it behind your backs in the first place. So teach them how to do it the right way. That's my belief. To advise them.
All these things is actually quite high. It's quite high, and it's like obviously I don't know the exact numbers, but you hear the story, you see the post,
and
I don't think it's exaggerated. I think it's actually quite bad.
Yeah. So that was yeah.
What it actually was terrible.
Yeah,
so we knew.
Yeah, so that was definitely a huge thing. And I had to learn quickly of a completely different culture and what is considered appropriate. So that was a huge learning curve that I had to go through in terms of understanding how to approach women. That was one thing. Obviously, I saw different ethnicities of women. I was okay. This is a buffet. Let's
the Peter call it women buffet, but
oh no! I'm a feminist.
Remind them.
I'm a feminist. I am a feminist. What I meant by buffet is that
it just.
I was talking about food.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yo, let me just stop right there. Just know that. Just stop right there. Obviously, just take it away from here.
I'll take it away, but like when I came in freshman year, I was the same as you too. Obviously, didn't party, didn't drink, didn't do all that, right?
So
I told you I got the talk. No women until you graduated school. So I was not planning on entertaining any woman like that. I wasn't planning.
Honestly, I got that talk too, but I was like,
you're just like, okay, wow. For me, man, I knew exactly why I was doing it. So it's not like they just told me don't do it, and I was like, yeah.
I knew exactly why I was doing it, but I was like, in my head, I was like, yo, like there's a line that you can tread through, and I'm going to tread that line. I'm going to go that line. I am not going to go once. I'm going to tread that line.
that line. I mean, that makes sense because at the end of the day, it's like it's something you have to question yourself all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like, I mean, as you're going to find out in future episodes. Well, my story is a bit different, but but it's like, but freshman year specifically, though, I was just like, nah, no women, none of that. But I had a lot of friends. Obviously, I told people, but I didn't go to any party, not once. Obviously, I
Yeah.
didn't drink alcohol. I didn't do none of those drugs. Nothing at all. I was just pretty much school, Black Students Union, club meetings, church, and that's it. Football, FIFA.
Mine was
Very simple.
mine was
Very
school,
simple.
soccer, FIFA, or hanging out with my friends and like just playing like games or something like
Yeah,
that. That was mine.
yeah,
That was mine. My freshman
that
year.
was it. Yeah, so freshman year was quite simple. The most dramatic thing I went through freshman year was academics. That
Yeah.
was the most dramatic thing I went through. Obviously, we had
Uh,
some friend drama. That one's not out of the scope of this podcast.
my love for that girl that played soccer. Oh,
This girl really
was
blew
high.
Peter's mind.
She
The day we
blew
graduated,
my mind, bro. You don't understand. Like
well,
I've seen soccer girls who are like who play soccer. Like my high school, there were girls who played soccer, but they weren't like
yeah,
any like good. You know, so I
yeah.
was like, bro, I'm not like, I mean, you're cute, but like you don't play ball. Like there's not like that respect there. But this
Yeah,
girl, when I saw her play ball, I was like, yo,
actually good.
she's
And then
actually good. Like, and she's like complaining with the guys. I was like, okay, it's over. And she's now cute. It's over, man. This girl has blown my mind. Like
yeah.
I was starstruck basically for this girl.
So
But obviously
as
I
you guys,
grew out of it.
if you're trying to shoot your shots in Peter, if you're trying to slide into Peter's DMs, just gotta learn how to play football.
Yeah, don't slide into my DMs, please. I'm a
Pretty
sent.
much halfway.
I'm a
Pretty much
sent.
halfway. Find the guy on Instagram at I don't know the Instagram handle.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know. I'm good,
Sorry.
baby.
To the comment section or the description of the video.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But anyways, that's pretty much all we have for this episode. Those are like a few of it. Obviously there are many other things we went through, but we'll just keep talking forever at this point. But yeah, thank you for joining us in this week's episode of the Afro Journal. You in a firework here, Peter. You in a-
Boom, 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 clap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what was this?
what is our next episode going to be about?
Next episode, we're going to be talking about our best stories in college. So like those fun, interest stories that defined our college.
The juicy ones. We're going to go juicy, baby.
A lot of them are juicy. Some of them are very, you will learn a lesson or two from there.
Yeah.
But stories that defined our college experience all the way from sophomore year up to we graduated. But yeah, as usual, I'll leave you with a podcast with a proverb for next episode. And the proverb for next episode, since we're going to be talking about stories, is this: until the lion gets his own storyteller, the hunter will always have the best stories. Think about it and come through next week for the interpretation. Thank you guys. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We're going to make a TikTok very soon, maybe a Facebook as well, on Afro_journal. And you can find us in our email at afrojournal2020@gmail.com. Thank you for sticking with us, guys. It's your boy Chisomo Kafo, and
it's your peanut butter and chicken, Peter Leopo.
It's a peanut butter and chicken.
That's the first thing that came to my head. I don't know why peanut butter and chicken came to my head.
Try to hype themselves.
Yeah. It sounded nice though. Let's not lie. Right here, it sounded nice.
It's all right. Chicken spice. Give them spice. Oh man, tell them your name, sir, please.
It's your Niger boy Peter Ikichuki M2 Aliogo Jr. They can just come in here.
There we go. Thank you for sticking with us, guys. Peace.
Adios.